Hey folks, welcome back to Biscuits Total War. This is Biscuits giving you another online commentary for Rome Total War. Now I really hope that my commentary for this battle does this battle justice, because this battle was an absolute awesome one. I really enjoyed every second of this 3 versus 3. It was so good, we did a rematch afterwards, then after that we did another rematch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to record all 3 battles, I'm going to put up all 3 battles onto the channel, I'm going to have them all going up in chronological order. So it's probably going to be about a 3-day gap in between each fight, but hopefully you guys will enjoy this battle as much as I did actually doing the watching it back a second or third time, and also when I actually took part. It was an absolute cracking game. I'll quickly outline the builds, outline the players, and we'll go straight into the action. First things first, I'm playing as the Scipii, the Blue Romans, and I have gone for a little different build. It's 2 archers, 1 legendary first cohort, which is my general unit, 6 Praetorian cav, and then the rest urbans. I'm pretty happy with this build at the moment. I really like this legendary first cohort as my general, and especially also getting the 2 archers, because that makes a bit more extra cash in the kitty, so I can really upgrade these cav units. The next player I've got here is Hannibal. Now he's gone for a standard formation where he's got the bulk of his forces here with his legendary first cohort as his general, and then he's also got a little detachment here which should be using as flanking, and then he's got a 6 Praetorian cav. Because of the formation that he's gone for, and because of the style of play that Hannibal likes to do, he always likes to flank and he likes to try and play it aggressively. We've deployed further back from our enemy, and that's to give us time to switch positions. So my formation is very much a standard formation, so I'm going to stick my guys into the centre and get Hannibal's army to go out onto the flank here, so we can really capitalise on his flanking formation. And then Koda, who's the 3rd player here, he's going to hold this flank, and you can see again he's gone for a small little contingent force here of urbans, and that again will act as a bit of a flanking force. So technically we've positioned our army, so I'm going to hold the centre, Hannibal will be able to flank over one side, Koda will hopefully be able to stand still but also have the option to flank with his army. Again, Hannibal and Koda have gone for the same builds. That consists of 1 legendary first cohort, which is their general, and then the rest are urbans, and then 6 Praetorian cav. So that is our contingency. Now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be fighting up against the Irish. The Irish are the 31k. Now I believe their surnames were called Murphys, but I've been informed that that was actually a lie. So I've been calling these guys the Murphy brothers for I don't know how long now, but no one's actually corrected me until literally we did this battle. So the 3 Murphy brothers consist of Indi, Thor and Odin. Indi has gone for a standard 31k build that's consisting of 14 urbans, 6 Praetorian cav. And then if we have a look at Thor and if we have a look at Odin, they've gone for exactly the same build as Koda and Hannibal, which consists of 13 urbans, 1 legendary first cohort, and then 6 Praetorian cav. The difference between their armies opposed to my allies is that they actually have their general in the urban cohort rather than the legendary first cohort. But it's really important to bring sometimes these legendary first cohorts, because they can really help boost the morale of your, not just your army but also your allies' army. So that's something to bear in mind. Anyway, let's kickstart this. As I say, it's a great replay, great battle, and you're going to see a lot of little tactics going into play, a lot of mirroring, a lot of me using my archers and striking where I need to strike, as well as Hannibal really going for it, but really some cracking counter charges from Odin, Thor and Indi. Again, I really enjoyed playing these guys. Every time they're on the battlefield, the battles are always interesting, it's always fun to play alongside them. And what I will quickly mention before I actually forget, because I usually forget to do this, both Thor has his own YouTube channel, which I'll put a little link to in the description, and I promise I'll do that. So if you do get a few moments, if you do like 31k and you want to check out some other perspectives, go check out his channel. Hannibal, again, he's got his own little channel. With his channel, it's a mixture of random things, but it also includes a few good 31k battles. and then Koda, he's got a mixture of Rome Total War as well as a good chunk of medieval stuff. So if you do like medieval Total War and you do like hot seats, Koda's got plenty of those on his channel. Anyway, that's enough of me advertising these three guys' channels. Let's get back into the action. So you can see I've gone through the centre here. You probably can't see because both myself and Hannibal got the same faction, so it just looks like a sea of blue at the moment. But I'm going to go for the centre. Hannibal's going for this flank here, which is going to be on my left. And then once we've done that, we're going to advance forward. Now, I'm not sure what the Murphy brothers or the Irish boys were thinking. Maybe they thought certain players should face up against other people. It looks like Odin is standing still. Potentially he's going to go toe to toe with me, I was guessing. Thor is going towards the centre, so maybe Thor was going to go for me and Odin was going to go for Hannibal. Indi, holding his flank here, looks like he's going to go toe to toe with Koda. Now with the three players here, although Odin is in the Titans clan, I don't know if this is going to be compliments to Indi or Thor, or maybe they may take this the wrong way, but really I rank all three of these guys being pretty on par with one another. Sometimes people make mistakes. I make loads of mistakes, and you'll see a couple of mistakes in this replay. But as far as ability goes, I'd say, you know, all three of them are on par with one another. Maybe Odin might be slightly tiny bit ahead, but to be honest, you know, there's not much of a difference. All three players are cracking players. I enjoy playing with them and I enjoy playing against them. Let's have a look to see what's happening at this stage. So we're just literally moving forward, taking our time. We don't need to actually engage and play too aggressively. The reason being, the enemy have got no archers, which basically gives us a slight bit of advantage, and that we can dictate when we want to go and attack. So in other words, we can get our archers into a decent area of the battlefield and start shooting cav units, start shooting urban cohorts. To make this army cost effective that I've built onto this battlefield, I need to make sure I do a lot of damage on these archers. Now I can do that by doing two things. One, shooting cav and urbans. The second thing also is when we actually physically engage into the battle, is actually using their flame ability to lower the morale of the enemy. By doing that, that will give our infantry a bit of an edge, or our cav a bit of an edge. So I need to make sure when I'm using these archers, I'm using them correctly, and I'm not just shooting willy-nilly at nothing. So the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to start lowering the morale of these cav units here. And the reason why I've gone for Thor's cav unit is that he's got his cav turned to his back of me. I've gone for the centre unit. The reason being, if I do miss the centre unit and any of the arrows go anywhere else, I can get a few extra kills. So I've killed a couple of cav, killed 4 cav, which is pretty good. I've now switched to standard attack, which is taking the flame attack off. And the reason being, it just means I can get a few more volleys off a bit quicker. And also, I should be able to maybe kill 1 or 2 of these cav units just while they've got their non-shield side at my flank. So also what's going on here, you can see Thor's moving some infantry over to this flank. Now Thor's going to make a bit of a blunder here. What's going to do is going to run his guys. He hasn't got a peeler screen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to chuck in some volleys of flame attack with my archers, shoot them point blank right into their flanks. But also what this means is that Hanni, who's got his peeler mode on, is going to be doing a lot of damage. Look, this guy's down to 75, that one's down to 35. So Thor's really come off second to best on that one. Again, I'm going to keep on throwing my archers around the flank here. I believe what they were trying to do was get around the flank of Hannibal and potentially push aggressively forward with their urbans, with conjunction of all of this cav support, because you can see all the cav is amassed onto this flank here. I've chucked in my cav to support, Hanni's chucked in his cav over there, and now Hanni's going to move the bulk of his infantry forward. I'm going to use my archers in support, and that's just really to try and push back these guys here. By pushing them back now, Odin's now going to reshuffle his guys around. I'm now going to bring my guys closer towards Koda, and the reason being I was worried that Koda could get rushed with Thor's infantry units all amassing up there. Especially when you can see, look, Koda's putting his guys into Testudo, but a lot of his guys have been whittled down. That guy's down to 42, 35, 31, 28, 25. You can see they're just absolutely dropping like flies. Back over here though, I've left my cav in support of Hannibal, and I'm just using my archers here, and every time they're moving left to right, right to left, these urban cohorts, I'm just using these archers and just plucking off the odd numbers every so often. You can just see, look, all of these dead urban cohorts, all of these dead Senate players, and all of these dead Brutii players. There's very little Scipii. So at the moment we're playing textbook, we're doing it by the book, we're taking out these units as and when we can, and really are just trying to whittle down their numbers. Hannibal is now going to pull back again. As I say, we've got the archer advantage. We don't need to go and play aggressively. If we can skirmish, that's perfect. If we can just whittle down their numbers and maybe even try and shoot their flanks with the archers, and then once we've done that, maybe then we can engage with our infantry, and at that stage take the battle to the Murphy brothers. Let's have a quick look at the Thor's units. So look, Thor's units, one of these guys are down to 62, one of them's down to 76, that one's down to 49, but now he's turned this back on his general, so I'm going to use my archers and we're just going to gun down the general. It's already down to 68. Might be able to get another little volley of flame attack off, and look, down to 49, down to 66. We just really are whistling down these urban cohorts. So at this stage of the battle, I'm pretty confident, I'm pretty happy with what's going on. I'm a bit worried about what was going on over here with Koda. Koda has stretched out his units pretty narrow, but by stretching them out now, he's been able to get some really nice volleys off onto Indi. But he's going to send his guys, in my opinion, probably a bit too close, because what's going to happen now is Indi's going to come in with a nice cav charge. We've also got Thor throwing off a few volleys of Peeler, and that's going to really whittle down these numbers pretty low. And there's a big gap now. You can see 1-2 of these units are snagged up on these Testudo units, but look, there's a big gap opening up here, and it won't take much for these Julii units to be whittled down. In the meantime, on this flank, again, Hannibal is just really kind of skirmishing with Odin at the moment. Odin hasn't engaged. Looks like he's going to try and come around to this flank, but once Hannibal's seen that, he's going to pull back. Again, he's got my support of my cav here. He's also got my archers, and between the two of us here, we're doing pretty well at this stage. I'm now going to send my cav back, and the reason why I was going to send my cav back, I was contemplating in striking into Thor here, but what had happened is you can see Thor is glitched at this stage, so I didn't go in with a cav strike. Now, all of my infantry units are all in one big group, and they all have got fire at will Peeler mode on. What I was trying to do is stop these guys from throwing Peeler, so I was frantically pressing backspace and trying to go around each one of these units and press A to get rid of the actual auto fire. Unfortunately, it didn't work because basically they threw off their volleys of Peeler faster than I could stop them. So I was kind of a bit gutted about that I got a few kills in there which were probably a bit too cheap. But never mind, I've tried to stop that. But I can see now Thor's going in for a flank here. I can see, look, Indi's over here, everyone's over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to charge all of my infantry forward now. This is the first of a couple of mistakes that I make. I'm going to charge everyone in, because everybody's in one big single formation, and because of the way I've charged, you're going to see a classic error here. This is a classic blob. And my cav, I thought I could try and punch a hole through here just to free up this infantry, because I thought, oh shit, all of my infantry's been blobbed up. And then I realised that now they've gone in for a cav strike over here, I need to pull my cav not just from over here around the back, but I need to try and run them through. Koda's coming in for cav strike on this flank here, and what you're going to see now is my cav. I'm going to try and get them between these urban cohorts. It's going to be pretty tricky to try and manoeuvre them through, but I'm just about going to be able to manage it. I don't want to get them snagged up on these urbans. Just want to try and get them straight through the centre here, through these gaps of these urban cohorts. A bit of a textbook slice charge. I know if my cav can engage into his cav, I should be able to win that, but I'm going to lose a lot of cav to doing this move. all I wanted to do was to take off the pressure from Koda. I didn't want Koda's cav to lose, because I'm pretty sure if my cav didn't get in there, Koda would have lost his cav. I've charged in my cav. Now my cav is being isolated. You can see, look, I've got urban cohorts here, urban cohorts around here. Koda's going to come in with another cav charge to try and release the pressure of my Praetorian cav. I'm going to try and pull them through, but a lot of my Praetorian cav have got snagged up in some of these urbans. In comes another charge from the Brutii, which routes a bunch of Koda's cav. Again, I need to try and pull my cav out. I need to try and get them out of the mix. But unfortunately, my cav has been whittled down to practically nothing. Over here now, as I mentioned, all my infantry got snagged up. Odin saw that and is basically charging with his cav and really smacked straight into the flanks of my infantry units. Hannibal is now coming with a nice cav charge to try and relieve the pressure of all of my clumped up infantry. There's very little that I can do at this stage, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turtle up, I'm going to put my units into testudo, I'm going to put guard mode on, and all I'm trying to do is buy time here. I'm trying to free up this infantry so that Hannibal can come with a nice counter charge. I'm also using these archers over here with flame shot to basically just shoot these cav units, because I understand that in conjunction with this cav as well as all these urban cohorts, what should happen is that the Scipii, who is Odin, should be able to win this. So to try and swing it back into our favour, I want to try and nullify the effect of this cav, and by doing that I'm going to use my flame attack. Now Hannibal's going to pull back his cav. He's going to pull it back to a distance of what's known as 30, and the reason being, if he pulls back to 30 distance, that will maximise the effect of his actual cav charge. If he charges too close, he won't get the full bonuses. If he charges from a decent distance, he will get that bonus. He's charged in there. Unfortunately, it hasn't had the desired effect on these urbans over here, but it's had a decent effect on the urbans here from Odin. Odin's now going to go into the counter charge, and he's going to slice straight into the bulk of these Scipii units. That's going to cause a lot of damage. My infantry, as you can see, look, my general here is in testudo, and all I'm trying to do is just stop the pure weight of all of Thor's infantry coming in. Thor has managed to win this battle here against Koda. Koda's units did well, but a few of them have come back. And what Koda needs to do, he needs to try and relieve the pressure that Thor is putting on to my flank here. My general is a legionary thrust cohort, which will basically means that they won't be able to go toe to toe with an urban cohort. If I put them into guard mode with a testudo on, I might be able to just literally free up some time. I've pulled them out of that mix and I've moved them over here, and I'm using my flame attack from these archers into the thick of Odin's units. In comes Hannibal with a nice cav strike right into the centre, but what's happening now is Thor has seen that. He's now going to sandwich all of these units. Odin really needs to play a bit more aggressively here. His units are just walking in. If he can just charge them in, he might be able to get a charge bonus. It looks like some of his units are in guard mode as well. He wants to take them out of guard mode, and he wants to make sure that loads of his units have been pushing in. In comes another cav strike from Odin. He's going to push straight into the centre here. At this stage of the battle, he has got the cav advantage. He's got more cav than we have cav. But what we've managed to do, we've managed to rout Odin's in general. We've managed to rout the legionary thrust cohort. Odin, Thor's legionary thrust cohort. We've managed to rout a couple of Brutii units in. But again, Thor, I keep saying Thor, Odin, the purple Roman, he has got plenty of infantry left over. Now, again, it looks like some of his guys in guard mode. What he really needs to do is just really come around the flank here and charge into the side here. But he's playing defensively, he's playing too slow, and that's giving me plenty of time for my archers to shoot his cav. By shooting his cav, it's going to lower their morale, it's going to make it easier for us to win. In comes Hannibal with a cav strike straight into the general of Odin here. That's that square banner one. That's now routed, and now you can just say it's GG to us. It was incredibly close, because it falls down to they won that flank over there. They could have really won the central battle here. Hannibal played exceptionally well around here, and he managed to hold back his cav and used them a bit more decisively than what Odin did. Unfortunately, I think Odin tied some of his cav strikes a bit incorrectly. And again, I'm not telling Odin how to suck eggs, because Odin knows what he's doing at the end of the day, but I'm just highlighting it for people who are watching this, so you can see what kind of mistakes that he may have made. In comes a Hanni above, one last cab strike. This is going to put the nail in the coffin and really finish them off. Again, I made a horrendous mistake here. I clumped up all of my infantry, got them all clumped up, and I really just became a sitting duck. I did manage to charge in my cab here to support Koda, which I was pretty chuffed with. I didn't think my units would get there in time. I thought Koda's army would absolutely collapse underneath the pure weight of those 12 Praetorian cav coming straight into them. So some really good teamwork there. I really thought I capitalised on my archers, using them as and when we needed them, and just using them decisively to try and swing certain parts of the battle into our favour. But let's have a look at the kill count. I clocked in just shy of 1200 kills. Hanni got in nearly 1700 kills. Koda just shy of 1400 kills. Indi only got up 1000 kills. I thought Indi might have been able to do a bit more. Basically, if his cav had a bit more free reign to wipe out Koda, I'm sure his kill count would have been much higher than that. Odin, decent amount of kills, 1400 kills. Same with Thor. He did really well there, nice 1300 kills. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed that replay. As again, taking part in that battle was absolutely awesome. It's rare that you play a 31k game and you just want to do a quick rematch afterwards with the same players because the game was so good. I really enjoyed that. I really thought at a few stages, the Murphy brothers, Indi, Odin and Thor, the opposition, they really could have won that. They just tweaked a couple of little formations here or there, or gone in for some better charges. I'm sure this would have been an average defeat, but more than an average defeat. It would have been an awesome battle. I hate saying the word average victory or average defeat, especially when it's a cracking battle like that. Anyway, folks, as always, don't forget to like and leave a little comment. I really appreciate your comments, really enjoy reading them. Let me know what you thought of the replay. And again, if you want to watch the second part, the rematch, stay tuned because that's going to come up next on the channel, more than likely in about 2 to 3 working days. So see you soon, and thanks again for your time. Bye now.